What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're going to be doing a quick comparison video between two of the most popular carry guns on the market today. We're going to be talking about the Glock 26 versus the Sig P365. Now, before we do that, I want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys. I mention you in every video. You guys really keep the channel going, really help me pay for ammo and things like that. If you want to be entered into the monthly giveaway, all you got to do is be a patron. So what are these guns? Well, they're both striker-fired polymer frame compact guns meant for carry, and they both hold somewhere between 10 and 12 rounds, depending on whether you have the magazine extension or not. Now let's start with a head-to-head comparison with reliability. It is the most important category of any pistol, or any gun for that matter, meant for defense, and I'm going to have to lean toward the Glock 26. Now the Glock 26, the reason why I'm leaning toward it is because it has a track record of 20 plus years of military service and, well, mostly law enforcement, but it does have some military use, and it is known pretty much around the world for being the most reliable subcompact gun that you can buy. Honestly, I can't really think of a more reliable carry gun that you could get. I could think of equally reliable carry guns, but the Glock 26, for its size and weight, is extremely reliable, so any pistol compared to it, would be a tough haul. However, the 365, I shot 1,000 rounds through mine, and it was 100%. The only down I would give on the Sig is maybe durability. The durability on the Sig 365s comes into a little bit of a question because they're a new model, they're a new design, they're going to have some issues, and in over 1,000 rounds, you see things like strikers and springs and things like that failing, and hopefully they'll figure that out in the next gens of these pistols, because there will be a next generation of the 365. I can promise you that. These pistols sold very, very well this year, and honestly, the Glock's on the 5th gen, so they've had a lot of time to iron things out. In the future, maybe the 365 will be as reliable, but as of right now, if I had to trust one or the other as far as reliability, I would go with the Glock. However, the Sig 365 is no slouch. As far as accuracy goes, I think, personally, the Glock wins again. I think because it's a slightly bigger gun, it's easier to get your hands on, it has a slightly longer sight radius, and the triggers are very similar in the 365 and the Glock 26 because they're both striker fired. I think this trigger might be a little bit better in the 365 actually, and the sights are actually better on the 365, but because it's a significantly smaller gun even than the 26, even though they hold similar rounds, because of my large size hands, it's actually pretty difficult for me to shoot the 365 fast and accurate.
Okay, go.
So because of that, I'm personally going to give the edge to the Glock 26. However, your mileage might be different, and you might actually be more accurate with the 365. It all depends on your hand size and what you're comfortable with. As far as speed goes, though, accuracy at speed, I got to give that to the Glock hands down, just because it is an extremely controllable platform, because for a 10-round pistol, it is a little bit bigger. And you can see here, size comparison. They look kind of similar, sort of, but you can see the grip on the Glock is just significantly wider and larger, and the overall gun is a little bit longer, and it's just so much easier to shoot. Again, another big pro of the Glock 26 in particular is not only that it's reliable, but it's one of the most controllable subcompact guns you can have. Personally, I think the 365, because of its size and diminutive weight, which is good for carry, but that makes shooting it, especially at speed, kind of difficult. because it is a fairly snappy pistol. It is a very small 9mm, and physics are a bitch, so you're just going to have that no matter what you do. Because these are both carry pistols, I want to talk about the draw a little bit. Now again, the benefit to a larger grip and a slightly larger gun is that it's going to be easier to get it out under stress. It's just the way it is. For me, I felt easier and more comfortable to draw the 26. It felt like it came out of the holster much faster than the P365, but again, it could be because of my hand size. I am 6'3", and I feel like maybe the 365 was just a tad bit on the small size for me. So again, your mileage might vary. Yep. The only problem I had was I thought I would be out of ammo, but I forget this tiny little gun holds 10 rounds. So now, as far as carry goes, this category is definitely going to have to go to the 365. It is much smaller. Overall, it has a much smaller overall size, so it's going to be more comfortable to carry all day, whether that be appendix or in the 3 or 4 o'clock position. It wouldn't matter much if you carry outside the waistband. It's going to be kind of negligible at that point. The 365 is definitely going to be more comfortable, and it's going to be a little bit lighter as well, somewhere in the area of 3 to 4 ounces lighter. Now we'll get into holster and accessories. Well, that is going to have to be the Glock all day. However, the 365, for being such a new pistol, it sold very well this year. Mostly any of the holsters you're going to want are available, and you won't need as many accessories with the 365 because the ergonomics on the 365, I think, are a little bit superior. Things like the magazine release and the controls, I think, are maybe a little better done on the 365. The texture, for sure, is very, very nice. It's one of the better textures I've seen on a small pistol. It's not too abrasive on your stomach when you're carrying it around, but it's just enough to get a real good grip on it. I just wish the grip itself was a little bit bigger for my hands, and I think this grip would be excellent. The looks themselves of the 365, I think, looks a little bit more crisp and clean and a little bit more quality than the Glock. Maybe that's just because the Glock's kind of an old design, but I think the 365 looks like a cooler pistol. The trigger is just as good, if not a little bit better, and the sights, again, are some of the best sights that you'll find on a carry pistol stock. So right from the factory, I think that the 365 is going to have a little bit better ergonomics for most people. But getting back to the accessories department, you can make the Glock 26 whatever you want. Now, a lot of people don't like that. They don't like to buy a project gun, but a lot of times that's what a Glock is, because it's a Lego set for adults. It really, really is. You can put whatever sights, whatever grips, whatever magazine release, whatever trigger, anything you'd ever want to put in this gun to customize it to your specific carry gun, you're able to do that with the 26. All right, so the first mag we're going to shoot it with is going to be one of the 3 mags that it comes with, and the Gen 5s have the new orange followers, so it's easy to tell, but the Gen 4 mags work in the Gen 5 all the same. One of the upgrades to the Gen 5, which is what I really like about this particular 26, is I didn't really notice in the 19, but in the 26, I noticed the trigger is significantly better than my stock 26 Gen 4. So I really like that, and we're going to run it with the flush fitting mag, and then we're going to run it with the magazine that I would carry, and I will carry, is going to be the Pierce grip extension. I think it's a Pierce grip extension. And then maybe we'll run something a little bit bigger here in a second. Let's see how it runs. Now this I don't like because I do have big hands, so believe it or not, my ring finger barely even fits on that. My pinky is completely underneath, but believe it or not, you can still shoot very effective with only a two-handed grip, only a two-finger grip. Easy. Now we'll run the finger extension grip. And then, need a little extra firepower, you can always run the Glock 18. The price, both of them are pretty equal. I want to say the older gens of the 26 are going to be cheaper than the 365, but I actually think you can find the 365, the newest model, for a little bit cheaper than you can the Gen 5. So somewhere between $400 and $550, you'll be able to find these pistols depending on where you look. So all in all, what can I say? They're both pretty fantastic firearms for a concealed carry. Two of the best that I think you can buy in the market today. If I had to choose one, if I had to choose one, I would go the 26. And I think a lot of you people that follow the channel know that I would choose the 26 because the 26 is actually one of my most common guns that I carry, and for the reasons that I described today. And that is because I'm a little bit bigger guy and I really prefer stone cold reliability, durability, and track record over the new hotness. Now, if this gun comes out and has excellent reliability, durability from here on out, and let's say a year or two go down the road, and then you have a couple of back straps that make the grip a little bit bigger, I could see myself going for the 365 at some point. I have nothing against it. But as of right now, I think the 26 is still a little bit better gun for me. But that's what this video is about. It's about finding out what's the best gun for you. So I'm not going to tell you either one of these is better for you. I just want you to weigh the pros and the cons that I listed here and decide for yourself. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please stop by your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later. Loading a shotgun while it's raining. Almost feel like I'm in a Paul Harrell video. I haven't shot this guy in a while, and it is slick. So we're gonna test my recoil control here. Or we're not.